Attention gamers. Welcome to another day, another piece of I've run into while playing League. The first episode in a series showing just how insufferable the people who play this game have become while I try to maintain my own sanity while taking on the admirable task of having fun while playing a video game. And so without further ado, let's set the scene for day numero uno.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Alright, backstory. I've been struggling to find joy in League lately. It's no surprise to anyone, it's like trying to find an ice cube in a desert, but I figured trying to climb in my own way while making my own meta instead of just following a cookie cutter mold that works in pro play seems like the closest thing I can come to having fun and making content others would be interested in watching, and thus I've been playing a lot of Kennen APC. So I get into a lobby and hover Kennen, only for someone hovering Mel to be harassing me before the lobby gets dodged. Next lobby I learned from my mistake and didn't hover anyone, only to see Kennen was banned by my support who locked in, you guessed it, Mel. I then said banning my hover is a dick move. L plus giant ratio unlocked in my second off meta pick, Fiddlesticks, a pick that I have an extensive guide on playing. And that brings us to current day, where before the first wave I could tell I had made a new enemy for life.
Report Fiddle admitting to trolling because Champ got banned.
This shit is a pet peeve of mine, by the way. Like, why would people think the enemy team gives a fuck about your trauma? But after asking if he's gonna whine all game or play, he responded,
"You can mute easily. Little kids on this game. So weird how they act."
I didn't realize he spoke about himself in third person, which makes him both weird and annoying, but I was ready to farm up and prove him wrong. Until he started taking all my farms, so I asked if he would stop.
Nah, I'll be like you.
Not entirely sure how being a support that steals farm is like me just trying to play the game, but Mel is probably the worst champ with her execute to grief farm, so here is a montage entitled I'm a douchebag. That said, let's remember I'm not a dipshit breastfed toddler like this bitch, so when she does land a snare I try my ass off with a flash into fear, hit a blind Fetty Wap into rainbow suck combo to hopefully prove to this Mel that I'm here to play, so that she would hopefully stop stealing my farm. Anyways, after a small dispute over if a camera should be allowed to be deployed in the weeds or not, I received word that the hit I put out on this Mel may or may not have been received, and I didn't want blood on my hands, so I made like a pigeon and got the flock out of there. Psych bitch, I'm a wingman till the day I die, which unfortunately didn't save that douchebag that I was sharing a lane with, but it did get her co-star from Arcane killed in the process. Then, since floating Aladdin came down with his lunar corgis, I figured I would hang tight to get some assist G's in the process. Then my dyslexic ass tried to type something positive in an ongoing attempt to prove that off-meta picks do not mean I'm trolling or trying to lose, which is a concept that seems to be unlearnable for this community conditioned by pro play propaganda.
Meanwhile, you see us falls like rain. I'm the reason you tilt. Flaming all chat, got you calling me out. Yo, where's my stacks at? But this power spike's mine. Can't you see? Support, nah, I'm the carry, it's me.
That said, I figured fighting for farm against a champ that quite literally executes minions with faster attack speed is like trying to beat Tyler 1 in a limbo contest. Pointless, because that midget doesn't even have to duck, so instead I opted into surprising Fentanyl Fold brand, which once again went down in the win column. As laning phase went on and I displayed a Kama Sutra amount of angles I could tap this Caitlyn, I was thinking there's no way this dumb annoying bitch wasn't seeing the value of my pick and my willingness to try and win the game. But Mel must be short for melanoma in this one, because this chick was pure cancer.
Teaching you a lesson.
The lesson she was teaching me was apparently that she can get caught out like a deer in the headlights after treating me like a cat turd in a litter box, but I'm a horny hay bag with a big heart, so I will bring the best goddamn balloon animals I have on me to every battle to defend her with my life. And then, since I did learn one lesson in that it's pointless for me to try and farm in this one, I opted into spending exorbitant amounts of time chasing after the mall cop instead of tending to my wave.
Next time, don't troll because a champ gets banned.
I feel like I'm on a different universe at this point, like maybe when she saw the fiddle lock, and I'll give the bitch the benefit of the doubt, but now 16 minutes into this game with everything that's happened, how can someone still be droning on when I'm clearly not trolling?
Again, if you don't want someone matching your energy, then don't act like how you did. It's that simple.
If this voice is annoying you, by the way, it's by design to hopefully depict how badly I wanted to find out who this chick was in real life. Call up her parents and tell them how disappointed I am in them for not wearing a condom, because now the rest of the world has to be stupider for hearing the dumb shit that comes out of their overgrown sperm cell's mouth.
Next time, play right!
It got to the point where I figured maybe if I just concede she will think she won, and that'll be enough to just let me, who is 80 farm at 20 minutes, touch a minion in her presence. I was still trying to make plays around the map so that her campaign against me didn't taint the other players' opinions of me, and even when things got shaky, you can always count on a Master Yi player to be a dumbass, as I sucked him off before looking for some rift boogies to heal up, and while I was gone it looked like Mundo was having a field day. I'm not sure what his POV looked like there, but if I had to guess. Anyways, I'd like to remind the masses of one of my arguments to playing fiddle in the bot lane, and that's because typically dragons are contested by groups of people, and as the scarecrow in charge of the party planning committee, your ult is optimal for throwing an absolute rager for large parties with many people, and the theme of me getting no last hits this game I guess transferred to champions as well. That said, I guess you could say I'm a big reportable troll for this next play, as I thought I had planned a surprise party, but it turns out it didn't catch either of these kids by surprise, and thus my pixie sucking just looked kind of sad. And even though the party did tire out the participants, the only one it knocked dead was myself. But at least Mundo was there to clean up after. In my absence, Mel made what I thought was a nice play, despite it really just consisting of her pushing a bullshit ability and then wasting a flash, but I decided to give her a compliment that was seasoned with the reality that she's still an asshole.
Don't troll and people won't act like you!
And by trolling I think she meant assisting my jungle in making sure this golden rise remained silenced and sucked off when he thawed out. The argument continues because muting chat would make this series non-existent, and I owe it to every single viewer that has experienced a situation similar to this to endure it to its fullest, so that you know you aren't alone, as my mid laner now chimes in for the first time saying I am indeed trolling because I have less CS than my support. But according to this Mel, I am still trolling, and remember the context I laid out. I apparently admitted to trolling. Everything about my gameplay in this one is trolling, and I will be an easy ban. We continued stomping fights while I continued having to listen to this dumb bitch's arguments.
I don't need to prove anything more. Enjoy!
As if she is delusional enough to think that I've done anything even remotely punishable is humorous, because the day me or another player gets banned for going 3-4 and 16 on an off-meta pick is the day League of Legends officially dies. But upon us winning the game, I hint that this is being recorded by asking Mel if she has anything she'd like to say for the outro. My mid takes me up on that offer by saying,
Say hi to your one and only viewer for me, Finn!
so if you guys could do me a favor and all add a miffin button for me and tell him that Rav's one and only viewer says hi, I think it would be poetic. But even after winning the game, Mel was still calling for me to be reported, and it wasn't until I linked my YouTube channel did I achieve what I wanted all along. Silence, because they knew just how stupid they looked. Let me know if you'd like me to continue this series. It's super easy to get content because almost every game nowadays has one of these sweaty dipshit dick pimples. Rav out.